But with the extraordinary devotion of many of you here today, this plane was transformed into a flying White House at a level of luxury that nobody's ever seen before. Probably even almost outside of an aeroplane. It's nobody's ever seen anything like this. And in only 10 months, a time frame no one thought possible. And you know, they put a lot of things on here that normally you wouldn't do. Great protective mechanisms. Very, the latest and the greatest in every aspect. But it took us about 10 months, and they did it really professionally. These generals were what they do. And this was love, right? This was not your normal general. This was not your normal situation. Come here. I want to shake your hand. You work so hard. Come here. This guy, he worked so hard with such love. And it's basically is a love for the country and a love for the Air Force. But his whole group was just unbelievable. And you thank them all. Okay, thank you, General. Appreciate it. Great job. And it was all of the generals. They wanted to do something special. They wanted to get it done for the 250th year, the anniversary. We have America's 250th, and that's coming up in a little while. And I think I can say that we're going to do a flyover like no flyover. This is going to lead a group of many, many planes. I do love the F-22, I have to tell. Does anybody like the F-22? I love the F-22. I say, why aren't you putting F-22s? They're putting F-22s. They're going to have the 35s. They're going to have the 60s. They're going to have everything. But this will be a flyover in July 4th. I think I can say the likes of which we've never seen before, General. Right? Spending a couple of bucks extra for a little fuel. We own the planes, so all we need is a little extra fuel, right? And we have every pilot wants to do it. Those pilots are all fighting to do it. So we're going to have a lot of planes flying over the Capitol and over the White House. And maybe I could ask you to do a return trip too, because, you know, they fly over and they go fast. When they're going slow, they're going fast, right? And as I understand it, this is going to lead the brigade. And the general's doing that. I mean, see, because sometimes you see him and you like, for instance, the other night. Did anybody see the fight the other night by any chance? Because it was one of the highest rated shows they've ever had. Ever. I think everybody was watching that. That was rather gruesome. Does it? Would anybody like to be a fighter? I don't think so. That was one of the greatest events. But they flew over, the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds. I don't know. Have they ever worked together before, you know? I think they probably hate each other, right? You know, but they're two groups that, they got together and they put on a performance, and I think we're going to get some of that too. And it's really, these are fantastic people. So, we had it all painted up, and these are the new colours. Red, white and blue. And we like the baby blue, but it was time for a change. And this is the sleekest line. Everything was designed good. It was my taste. I will say I like... He said, what colour do you like? I said, I like the co-colour of the American flag. Right, that makes sense. So we have that. And all of the planes in the fleet are being changed into this look, which is a much better look and a more appropriate look.